Kiss and Make Up is a very busy, very noisy cartoon. Not necessarily in a bad way, but I don't think I loved it. This is a Warner Brothers cartoon from 1943. It's directed by Friz Freleng and written by Michael Maltese. And we have voices provided by Blanc and the Benaderet. And we have a cat and a dog and also a little birdie. And the owner tells them to not make any more noise. And the cat and the dog keep winding each other up and they keep making a lot of noise and keep getting into trouble. And the bird's got a very interesting role in this to play as well. But I don't want to say too much about the bird. But when I said there's a lot of noise in this, the bird takes aspirin at one point, presumably for a headache. That's how noisy it is. It's a very chaotic cartoon, and there's always something happening that's really quickly paced, and everything flows really well, but it moves from one thing to the next really quickly, but it doesn't feel like it's rushed. I think it's actually got the balance of allowing us time to enjoy whatever it is that's happening before moving on to the next thing, but without anything getting stale. That being said, I didn't love it. I didn't think it was that fascinating. I guess because each thing that does happen is not that interesting. There are a couple of things, for example, paw prints. The thing with the paw prints was quite amusing. There are some pots and pans that work quite well. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing specifically about it that didn't work. I actually thought it was very well animated. To have that much movement and to have such a quick pace, that's a lot more animation than if it was slower. Because it's very busy. Every scene is very busy. There's a lot going on. But it works really well. So I don't know why I didn't love it exactly. I just feel like it wasn't that interesting. What happened wasn't that fascinating. I feel like ultimately what happened with the cat and the dog was pretty good. That part of it I thought worked quite well. I don't want to spoil it. So there were bits that I liked, and I do appreciate, the fast pace and just how much it packs into a short space of time. I think that's all handled very well. So it's not bad. I just didn't personally find it that brilliant. I would recommend it if you're a fan of Warner Brothers or indeed of cat and dog based cartoons, but there would be others I'd recommend first. Others that are kind of similar, maybe a little slower, but that are maybe a bit more exciting. But I wouldn't mind watch again. I can't imagine I'd ever seek it out. But the characters are fine. The animation is very good. The pacing is great. It is very noisy, maybe a little too noisy for my liking. But really, even though it's not to my personal preference, I really can't fault it.